Back to another episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. I'm your co-host Anthony Carboni. To my left is my
Hey,
other one, Justin Vilche. Justin,
yo,
these Rangers are
buddy,
on fire, bro.
absolutely on
What kind of
fire,
what have we been like? Saying about
dude.
these Rangers for
We, we
all season?
we even said it before the season. We said it literally before the season. The Rangers are going to be an unstoppable force, and they could honestly win this cup. And dude, by the looks of it, they're going to win this. Hopefully, we don't jinx it. But I mean,
Hopefully, but welcome, guys. Episode 80. We are 80 episodes into the AJ Sports Podcast.
that's
Been a
crazy.
4 year. It's crazy how we've already on episode 80. You know, it's awesome. It's great. We love doing these. And we're back at it with another one. So we got lots to talk about today, especially in the Toronto world, the Toronto Maple Leafs world. Not even a week after the game seven, we're 6 days out from that, unfortunate game seven OT loss to the Boston Bruins. And there is some ruffling in the feathers with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're going to get into that. But let's go over the second round games that we have played. So,
Yeah,
OP Rangers, we're going to start with them because they, like we said, are on fire. So we got to start talking about them. So last off, I think we left off on Wednesday. I think they got the
they were
OT
up
win. It
two
was
zero.
up 2-0. So we were saying how it's going to be tough for them in Carolina. It's going to be a close game, but they could still squeak it out.
Yeah.
Both of us said that they would go like 6 or 7 games, right? But in game 3 yesterday in Carolina, Carolina scores the first goal. Okay, that's okay.
It happens. It
None of
happens.
Chris Kreider gets a shorty. It's 1-1. And then Panarin Lafreniere, one-time bomb, catch and release, scores 2-1. Canes tie it. And then in overtime,
The
the
bread
bread
man.
is hot. The bread man, the
Hot.
man a couple months ago, see deflection, and the Rangers take a commanding 3-0
Yo,
series against a very, very good Carolina Hurricanes team. Now, Frederik Andersen wasn't in net for this one. Pyotr Korchekov was in net for the Hurricanes this game, and he didn't play bad. He let in,
he didn't play bad.
the
No.
goal was a deflection. Okay, like nothing you could really do there. But I mean, overall, like, what do you think of the Hurricanes? And is it time for Brind'Amour to leave?
It's funny you say that because apparently they can't come to an agreement on an extension due to money, which buddy, you got to play Brind'Amour as much money as he wants. Like, come on now. Like, let's not act like he's a scrub. But he can get his guys to the conference final, I think. And I mean, hey man, it's just like, dude, like they're just getting goalied. Like, it's not like they're not playing bad. All these games are very close. Like they've all been like 1 goal games. So it's not like, oh, they're getting absolutely dominated. It's just, hey man, the luck's going in the Rangers' favor, and dude, they're creating their luck. Like, and it's not simple. They're getting saves. They trust Chesty, and look, they trust Chesty. They go the other way and they score. They're getting clutch plays by clutch players in clutch moments. That's what it is. And look at that, another OT win in Carolina, which I had a feeling they would split in Carolina. I didn't think Carolina would take both games, so I could see the Rangers maybe losing the first game tomorrow. But I mean, hey man, if they sweep the Hurricanes, whoo, they look dangerous before, dude. They look even more dangerous now. And wow, 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 wow. It's just unbelievable. Like how teams like like the Leafs, right, can just be absolutely horrid come playoff time. But then you have teams like the Rangers that dude aren't phased by this atmosphere at all. If they go to Carolina, they go to MSG, like
They
they're
get the
phased
job
by
done.
nothing. They get the
They get the
job
job
done.
done.
No excuses. No excuses. Dude, it's
Well,
unbelievable.
thing. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Let me think. Carolina, it's tough, right? Like it feels a lot like the Florida series last year, where they were in
Hmm.
every game. They lost the first one to the Rangers in 4-3 at MSG. They lose in overtime 4-3 in MSG, and then they lose in
Hmm.
overtime. And so every loss that the Hurricanes have had, they've just come up short by 1 goal. Now, you can complain, you can say we played well, but in the clutch moments, when the lights are bright, they can't get it done. It's
Yeah,
shown last year against the Panthers, who they should have beat, by the way. They should have beat the
they
Panthers
should have. They
because
should have. They should have. They should have. They should have. They
now
should have.
they get a tougher matchup, obviously, with the President's Trophy winners, and they're in the game. But like I said, when the lights are bright, they're not getting the results that they need. There was nobody
No.
who can step. They don't have that that star yet. I mean, we have they got Gensel, they have
They have
Aho. They don't
Kuznetsov.
have that clutchness as like other teams do. Like Panarin, he came up big in that
Yeah.
overtime.
Vinny
There's
Trocheck. Game 2.
Vinny Trocheck. In Boston, we got Pasternak. We've got, there's guys across the
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
different
yeah. Nathan McKinnon.
teams.
Connor
And McKinnon,
McDavid.
who
Draisaitl
can
when he's
come up
healthy.
clutch.
Yeah.
Who can come up clutch. As for the Hurricanes, I don't think they have that. They don't have that oomph in
Mm.
that
Yeah.
forward roster. And that's where I really think it's going to boil down to, okay, next, I mean, because I've barely any teams have come back from 3-0 down, right?
Yeah,
It's
no. I think this one's chopped.
exactly. So a regression from last year, as the Carolina Hurricanes have been like, cup contenders for the past, I want to say
They
like
have.
4 seasons. They've been in the conversations for they
Mm-hmm.
won the cup. And after getting swept in the conference final last year to now potentially being swept in the second round, it's a step back. With all the ads that they made, it's a step back. Now
Yeah.
they've got a lot of UFAs in the off season that they're gonna have to figure out who they want to keep. But honestly, I would let majority of these guys walk and build a new team. I get it. They are good in the regular season, but they're starting to sound like the Toronto Maple Leafs, where their only success is the regular season, and they get
Mm-hmm.
to playoffs, and they don't show because these guys should have made the Cup final. I want to say they should have made it like
They
last
should have made
year.
it
Like that
last
was
year. They should have made it last year.
Florida was good, but like the shutdown defense that the Hurricanes have, they should have been able to put Florida away. No, they lose
Yeah.
in 4. They get swept, and looks like we're going to see another sweep potentially. And even if they do get the next game in Carolina, they have to win another 3 games. 2 of them have to be at MSG, which we know the Hurricanes on the road. The Hurricanes are terrible on the road,
Yeah,
so
come playoff
it's
time.
pretty much over for these guys. I think Brendan Moore needs to go. It's not working with him, and they need to figure out who they get to keep out of the UFA group.
What if it's just that the Rangers are just too good? Like, I don't see the Carolina Hurricanes being a team where you have to dismantle in order for them to win the cup. Like, they still have guys like Aho, they still have Gensel, they still have Slavin, Brent Burns, Seth Jarvis. Hello, like absolute monster out there. But like, I honestly don't believe it's a thing where you have to just completely like dismantle this core. Like, because it hasn't been like a Leaf situation where it's been like 8 years, right? And it's like, oh, they've come nowhere close. Like they've come close. Like they came to a Final Four of the conference final, right? Like they were in there. They were in the
Yeah,
mix.
yeah, but like, come on, dude. Like this year, they're gonna lose in the second round. Like, I think they got to change it up. They
I
can't. They
think I
can't
think
keep having these results.
I know, but I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. I think you keep Gensel. You have to keep Gensel. I mean, he's just
You
an
have to
absolute
resign.
beauty out there. You have to resign him. You keep Sefcovic. I can see a guy like Tuvo Teravainen maybe trading away because they don't really need Tuvo. Tuvo's not really doing much there. And dude, maybe Marty Natchez because dude, Natchez really hasn't been there either this postseason. Like Seth Jarvis, dude, Jarvis is a better player than Natchez. So I'm gonna be honest. If you could potentially trade away Tuvo and Natchez and maybe get more offensive pieces or maybe even more defensive pieces back there, I think maybe next year could be their time. I just think they're just like I don't know, it's tough. Like they're just getting goalied. They're playing well. Like it's not like they're playing bad. It's just that just the Rangers have just a little bit more of an edge. And I don't think you really dismantle this core. I honestly believe maybe you get a couple more pieces by trading away those guys who will be more effective come playoff time. And I think maybe next year would be I could see next year being time for the Hurricanes if they keep Brendan Moore. If they don't keep Brendan Moore, then it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle. But
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but I mean, I feel like the Hurricanes would low key benefit from a Mitch Marner trade where they can obtain Mitch Marner and they can have a guy that can play with Aho and Gensel and set those guys up. I think his game would fit perfectly with the Hurricanes, as he's a guy who can set up players, and the return would be pretty nice if you're the Leafs. They've got a lot of good guys on the Hurricanes that I think the Toronto Maple Leafs would like. Maybe on
Hmm.
defense, because I know maybe the Leafs would like a Jalen Chatfield or
Brady
a
Shea's a
Tony.
UFA, so we wouldn't get Brady Shea
I'm
in a
thinking
trade.
like a Jalen Chatfield or a Tony
Brady Shea,
D'Angelo,
Tony D'Angelo,
something,
Dmitry Orlov,
maybe a forward as well. But I think a Mitch Marner
Marty
trade would benefit.
Necas.
So I don't know.
Maybe.
We still have, or it's not over till it's over, right? But from the
Who
looks of it,
knows?
I think close it out, or probably going to close it out within either
Yeah.
tomorrow or Monday, game 5. But let's move on to the battle between the Boston Bruins and the Florida Panthers. As we predicted, the Bruins would take game 1, and they did. Game 2, however, different story. Florida comes in and demolishes the Bruins
Yeah.
6-1. Didn't even look fair. Pasternak and Kachuk went at it, and
Yeah.
Panthers look like the Panthers again. Now, as we're recording this, game 2
They
is
are
being
winning
played.
as of right now 1-0. Evan
Panthers are
Rodriguez with the first goal of the game, currently in
at
the
intermission.
intermission. And dude, I
13
mean,
shots for the
dude, the
Panthers.
Panthers are just outplaying them. Like, even after conceding the first goal in game 2 in Florida, dude, the Panthers just completely steamrolled. And again, it could have just been one of those game 1s where it's like, okay, they just had a lot of rest, and Bruins were just coming off like, oh, a huge series win, so they obviously have the momentum. But dude, now with the Panthers now rolling, getting back into playoff style hockey after a week's break, now you're seeing who the real Florida is. And by the first period of this game, I mean, completely just dominating the Boston Bruins here. So I mean, it's not surprising to see, but I mean, I did have the Panthers in 6, so I mean, it just makes sense, honestly. Like, there's not really much to say, Like, it's just that Panthers come back, play well, won game 2 as they needed, and you would expect them to get at least one on the road here. So, I mean, they're looking good. So, and as much as I dislike the Panthers and the Bruins, I really hope the Panthers take this, please, guys. Like, please, please,
Yeah, I
please,
mean they did take out the Bruins did take out the Maple Leafs, so
yeah,
it
please.
would be only fitting for you to be cheering for the Florida Panthers. Now, yeah, man. I think they went with Swayman for this game. I think
Yeah.
if they lose, have to go to Allmark. I think Swayman is just done because if he loses
Mm.
this one, it's the point. Allmark hasn't played a games. I mean, he came in like the last
For like the
period of
third
game.
period. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Didn't allow a goal, I don't think. I could be wrong. He might have
No,
gone
no,
up
no.
to late.
He allowed 2 because they pulled
Maybe.
Swayman when he let him 4. Yes, yes.
Uh, but I think you go Allmark game 4 if you lose this one.
Uh-huh.
And
Switch it up.
if they lose that, I think it's over in 5. So I think the Bruins need one here at home. And if they lose this one, they can take game 4. But we'll see what happens there. Moving
We'll
on.
see.
Dallas. Series tied 1-1. We last left off with the Avalanche storming back from a 3-0
Yeah.
first period to come back and win 4-3 in overtime. Game 2 yesterday, not so much. The Dallas Stars outplayed the Avalanche and tied a
Whoa, whoa,
series
whoa,
at
whoa,
1.
whoa, 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 whoa. That is not what happened. Hold on. Hold on. I watched that game. Hold on. The Dallas Stars.
I'm just gonna assume that you can explain because I didn't watch
Whoa.
that game.
What happened was, okay, Dallas Stars got off to a quick start. Okay, we got Miro Heiskanen 2 goals. Okay, Rupe Hintz coming back to life, 4 points last night. Okay, they're up 4-0 going into the third period. Okay, now Avs get a power play to start the third. Okay, they scored, 4-1. Okay, whatever, by the way. And then, bro, the Avs completely dominated that third period. Like, there was a point in time where the Avs honestly could have tied it up because they had a power play with like 3 minutes left. Okay, they made it 6-on-4, and just unlucky bounces. Okay, that went against the Avs, and the Dallas Stars barely, barely escaped with the win. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the Avs should not fear the Stars after those 2 games in Dallas. Okay, Avs came back game 1, almost came back from 4-goal deficit in the 1 period. Okay, and almost came back against the Stars. I'm telling you right now, the series should be over in probably 5. The Avs, dude, the Avs in Ball Arena, they're gonna win both games. Okay, and then that's it. Like, I'm like, they should not be scared of the Stars. Like, dude, the Stars almost choked the game 2 4 up 4-0. Buddy, they came back in game one. What what do the Stars like actually believe? Like, what are they gonna think? Oh yeah, the Dallas Stars are better than us, buddy. No shot. The Avs are better than the Stars, and that's it. Avs outplayed them, and dude, last period of the game, now going to Ball Arena, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, I agree. I think the
It's over.
Avalanche are a better overall team. I think the depth that they have is too much for Dallas. I mean, the defense as well, it's very good. I mean, Dallas with the offense in the first, two periods going up 4-0, it's hard
Mhm.
to come back. So if the Avalanche can clean up a little bit of their play and stop allowing themselves to get into a hole being down in the game like by like 3-4 goals, I think they can put the series away in 5 games.
Mhm.
Now they're going back to Ball Arena, they're going home. They have an advantage with the altitude, right? As we like to joke with.
The
But
altitude.
I think the Avalanche will probably take both games. I really don't think that I think the Avalanche can clean up their poor starts and come
Yeah.
out
Oh yeah.
flying
Yeah.
the home arena and take, these next 2 games. I do see this series going 6 where the Stars can try and fight back from 3-1 series 3-1
Mhm.
down. But in the end, I think the Avalanche, once like I said, if they clean up their poor starts, I think they'll be able to shut this Stars
Yeah.
team down no problem.
Oh no, same. Like, again, it's a full 60-minute game, right? The Avs, like the past few games, have showed up for probably half the game, let alone 20 minutes of the game. So I mean, if they just put in a full 60-minute shift in Colorado with the altitude there, buddy, the Avs got this easy. Like they shouldn't fear the Stars at all. The Avs are just like their depth is just so ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Like how they just randomly like, came up with Joel Kiviranta, by the way, former Star, scored against them yesterday. Okay, to kick off almost that comeback. So I mean, you know what, buddy? The Stars, dude, the Avs are fine. The Avs are fine.
Now, the most important series of them all. It's very entertaining, especially after game one. Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
Edmonton. I just turned on my PlayStation by accident. Um, with my foot. But this Edmonton Dallas game. Why is my dog going crazy? This Edmonton Vancouver game was insane. Game one, absolute madness and badness
Yeah.
combination. It was just crazy.
Yo.
Nah, dude. So the Oilers go up 4-1. 4-1. They go up 4-1. They put themselves in a
Huh?
great position in this game. Zach Hyman scores 2 goals. McDavid didn't even get a shot on
Dude,
net.
had like no shots.
The fact that they're doing this without McDavid in game one is crazy in Vancouver. Then Lindholm gets a goal, 4-2 heading into the third. Edmonton, all they need to do is hold the 2-goal lead and carry that for the rest of the game. What happens? That doesn't happen. The Vancouver Canucks battle back and they get a third. It's 4-3. The place is rocking by every goal. Then Nikita Zadorov with a bomb at the blue line
Buddy,
ties things up.
how?
Not even a minute later, Zadorov with the pass over to Suter. Suter cuts it off to Garland. Garland with the fake slapper cuts outside. Skinner should have had this one. He slid it
Should
through
have.
5
That's
holes.
a bad goal.
With 5 minutes to go in the third period, take a 5-4 lead, hold off, and win game one. What a game. The highlights, insane. Game two is
Insane.
tonight at 10. Must watch. What do you think? The Oilers need to clean this up. And I will say, I am getting 2022 Battle of Alberta vibes from this series right now.
You think
Just
so?
saying. I'm getting vibes like that.
Buddy, this is why I despise the Oilers, bro. Because, bro, these guys make it so hard on themselves for no reason. Buddy, you guys had that game locked up, bro. 4-1? Bro,
Yeah.
how do you guys like Nikita Zadorov get a slap shot, a clapper from the blue line, and then you guys let Connor Garland, by the way, like just go 5-hole on Stuart Skinner? Buddy, come on, bro. Like, buddy, that should never happen. Like, it's just defensive collapses. And it's like, you guys had that game one. Dude, if you guys had game one in Rogers Place, buddy, then all you have to do is just win your next home games. You guys are like absolutely disgusting at home. Like the Edmonton
Well,
Oilers
now
in Rogers.
they have to tonight. This is a
They
must
have to win
win.
tonight, bro.
Draisaitl might not even play. It's
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
like
yeah. Okay, and the sports night coming here with like cramps. Guys, do you honestly believe Drysdale is gonna like not play because of cramps? Like, stop this. Okay, just tell your fans the truth. He's probably
to be honest,
injured.
Cramps.
Yo,
I don't understand why my man's is not,
buddy.
wasn't at practice. It's,
The-
they're gonna need Draisaitl to win. I mean, the fact that they blew this, I mean, McDavid needs to be better completely. He said he was okay
Oh
after the
yeah,
press conference after the game. I thought we played okay. You didn't play okay, but the rest of the team did.
yeah.
We had no shots. Zach Hyman had 2
It's
goals. He's
unacceptable.
doing, and apparently Evander Kane was irate and arguing with his teammates after they blew this game. Apparently, from what I saw on Twitter, so it's
Okay,
not
well,
looking good.
buddy, Evander King got to step up too, bro. I don't know what he's complaining about because, bro, the man's been invisible for the past like 2 series.
Exactly, and he scores like what, a couple points, like 3 points or whatever, and like.
Buddy, he's got to chill.
He needs to relax. The Edmonton Oilers need to come into this game, breathe,
They got to
and
relax.
realize that they're playing Sealobs. Okay, they need to realize that they're playing this mediocre third string goalie. This is in their bag for them to win this game. This is their best chance. They need this win. If they go down 2-0, it's going to be really tough. Because it's make or break. You lose one game in Edmonton, you're down 3-0 or 3-1, whatever it could be. So the Edmonton Oilers are going to need to win this game. I really think they bounce back and win this game like 5-2.
I think so too. Oh yeah.
Oilers money line game 2 is a lock, I think. I really don't think they up 2-0. There's no way Edmonton's going to allow that, especially in the Battle of Canada. I just don't see that being possible. What needs to happen is Skinner needs to, be better. The defense of the Oilers, I mean, they had some defense scoring, Ekholm and Ceci, right?
Ekholm and Ceci.
But they need to play better defensively, especially in the later bits of the game, and they need to hold on to leads. I mean, this Oilers team was known for like tossing shots on net, getting like over 30 shots, and this is now like the second time where they've had under 20 shots in a playoff game.
It's not good enough.
It's not like your traditional Oilers team. So they're gonna have to, up the pace on offense, which is weird for us to say about the Oilers, as these guys are power play merchants. They're scoring goals, and now we're telling them, hey, listen, you guys got to get some shots. You got to start peppering this goalie because I don't think he's as good as people think.
No, it's true. It's true.
Allowing him to look good because you're not taking any shots.
Yeah,
they did score. They scored enough to win a game. They just allowed too many to lose.
Yeah.
So I think today they're going to shut Miller down. I mean, Miller had a beautiful tip. I mean, that was gross.
Dude, that was disgusting. Ew.
Below the goal line, it was gross.
Yeah.
But I think they can contain Vancouver's offense and, block shots from the point, play their defensive structure, and shoot more, get more shots on net. I think the Oilers are going to take it, and they will take it today.
Yeah, I mean, they just really got to stay true to themselves and how they usually play. Because, dude, how they usually play, even against the Kings, when they were playing the Kings, dude, they play like their normal selves. And look, they were winning games. Like, they got 2 goals from their defenseman, and they were up 4-1. They let that game slip away. You know what happens? That happens in playoff games. That happens during playoff series, whatever. They can't think about game 1. They have to think about game 2 now and think about, okay, let's regroup and let's see what went wrong. Okay, and now let's focus on game 2. Because, dude, if they win game 2, home ice advantage now. And, dude, game 2, if it's series is 1-1, dude, I'm taking Oilers over Canucks, buddy. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the Oilers are just a better team, personally, what I think. So, dude, they just got to think one game at a time. Game 2, win tonight, go back to Edmonton, and then who knows? I honestly believe. Oh, I don't know. Does Draisaitl play? I think he does. But even if he doesn't play, I still think the Oilers have enough firepower, especially with Connor McDavid out there. Like, because let's be honest, is Connor McDavid really gonna have 2 back-to-back trash games? Come on, like let's just be for real. I don't think so. I think tonight he's gonna step up, have like 3-4 points. They'll get the job done, and everything will be fine in Oilers land. Okay, no worries, Oilers fans. As much as I hate y'all and y'all squad, okay, I'm confident in the Oilers. You guys will win tonight. Okay, don't worry.
But that's it for the playoff games. I think we gotta move on to these Leafs, man. We gotta talk about it. We have to. So
we have to.
Wednesday in the morning. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I think it was Wednesday.
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday, whatever. Wednesday or Tuesday. The Toronto Maple Leafs, after we predicted, fire head coach Sheldon Keefe. He's done. He put a really nice statement out on Twitter, thanking Leafs fans. Very classy guy. I wish him the best, but we knew it was coming. the Toronto Maple Leafs had to get rid of Sheldon Keefe.
Yep.
You can't get rid of 24 players, so there's always a scapegoat. That's a quote I saw on Twitter. Sheldon Keefe is gone, and I think it was the right time. He, he came in with Babcock's group that he just threw at them. They
Yeah.
ended up fighting and trying to get into the playoffs, and then the world shut down. They go to Columbus. They blow that. They blow the Habs series. I mean, Keefe was getting the message. He knew what his
He
players
did
needed
know.
to. He did know, except the players couldn't execute under him. It's so weird. The coach knew what was wrong and what needed to be done. The players just could not execute under his words. And I can't necessarily blame Keefe for all of it. I feel like it has to be the players at some point too. You can't just go after the coach all the time, even though clearly he knew what he was talking about and what they needed to do. Then, they win that series. He gets that contract extension. And, this year, before it kicks in, his 2-year extension, they can him. After, they came back, they rallied all the way to game 7 and lose. So now his time is up and a new journey begins. So, with that, today, the new CEO of MLSE, Keith Pelly, president of hockey operations for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Brandon Shanahan, and general manager,
Who's who
Brad
who still has a job. Who still has a job. But okay.
they
No.
they
No.
still
Continue.
have
Continue.
Brad Treliving. Now the three of them, on the press conference today, talking about this tough loss, and it clearly showed from Keith Pelly's statement where I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to find it right now. Brandon Shanahan is the president of hockey operations for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He is a champion, end quote. So Shanahan is staying and will be the president of hockey operations, the president of hockey operations in Toronto. So, what do you think?
It's actually unbelievable how he won
He still has a
championships like what 3 years like 3 times, okay, what as a player, buddy. What has he won anything in his position as president of hockey operations? Like when you look at the list, does it say Stanley Cup champion? No, guys, it obviously doesn't, because hello, we wouldn't have this problem, okay? Like it's just unbelievable how you guys still continue to have faith in a dude who can't do his job properly. Like he completely fails every single time. Like how does that make any sense? Like how does an organization continue to keep someone who is trash? Like how does that make any sense? Okay. And then going back to Sheldon Keefe, people on Twitter are like, oh, I kind of feel bad for him. Oh, I kind of have some sympathy. Buddy, buddy. Sympathy. Yeah, nobody questioned that he's a good guy. It's just if he was good at his job when he needed to be, okay?
Then we wouldn't
That's
have
like
this issue.
yeah, that's like somebody being good at a Tim Horner's job, okay, when it's not busy, but then lacking customer service and quickness when it's extremely busy on like a Christmas day. It's like, buddy, that's why we don't need you here on Christmas Day, because you're not quick enough for Christmas. But on a random Monday in March, yeah, okay, we'll keep you. You see, like it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, like
So,
yeah, you were great in the regular season. Nobody was arguing with that. Okay, you were great for us to make it to the playoffs. But come playoff time, what happened? Yeah, you addressed the issue, and buddy, the guys didn't listen to you. And why was that? Maybe because one, they didn't have faith. Maybe that's why. Because we saw the losses to Columbus, we saw it to Montreal, we saw it at Tampa Bay, we saw it. It's like, come on now, like let's not kid ourselves, okay? Just because you address the issue doesn't mean the guys are going to listen, and we saw that, okay? Like it's just unbelievable. Like yeah, he addressed the situation, but what did he do to help the situation? Yeah, you could speak about it, but what did you do to address it? Did you help on the
nothing.
power play? Did you help on the power play when we were 1 for 21? Nobody. You just standed there with your hands in your pockets. Okay, that's all you did. That's all you did, buddy. You can talk, but actions speak louder than words, bro. Okay. This is why you're fired. Okay?
But now,
Yeah.
but now we got Brandon Shanahan saying the ultimate responsibility is on me. The accountability is on me. He also said, this was a bit interesting. We will look at everything this summer and we will consider everything this summer. So, with that being said, what do you think he's implying? I think the core four is gone.
Definitely
One of
implying
them,
that.
one of them has has to get traded, and it's going to be Marner. Maybe even they shake up Riley. I don't think Tavares goes. I think Nylander and Matthews stay. They just got the extensions. Something is happening in Toronto, and there's the fact that he said we're considering everything. So there's the answer right there. Something big is going to happen in Toronto. Now, what it is, we don't know. My assumption is somebody in the core four, probably Mitch Marner or John Tavares or Morgan Riley, are going to get traded. Here's the thing now. A coach. They need a coach. Who is going to be the coach? So, for the past week, Berube has been the favorite. But today, tied with the same amount of odds for Berube is Todd McClellan, former LA Kings coach.
Oh no.
In the voting or the betting odds, he is tied with
Oh
Berube
no.
for the Toronto Maple Leafs' next head coaching job. So, what do you think? Who do you think
Todd
the Toronto Maple Leafs?
McClellan.
Quickly, to sum it up, who do you think is going to be the Toronto Maple Leafs' next coach? And
I've said
why is it
this.
not going to be Todd McClellan?
I've said this ever since he got fired. Craig Berube, I mean, let's just be honest. Like Stanley Cup winning coach, took over the Blues when they were mediocre. Halfway through the season, he won the cup there. And he's just got like this like persona that like, buddy, he doesn't care who you are, bro. And he knows, dude. This is another thing. He knows how to coach. He knows how to build a Stanley Cup winning team. Remember, he's a Stanley Cup winning coach. Okay, like pretty recent, like 5 years ago is like not that long ago. Like that's when the Leafs were still losing first rounds 5 years ago. Okay, so I don't care if like, oh, he got fired by the Blues. Okay, buddy, he's still a Stanley Cup winning coach. He still has proven himself to win the cup. Okay. And again, we've had a coach who fits our play style. Why don't we just go something different and let's get a coach who will maybe fix up our play style? Maybe do something different. Maybe play more defensive hockey. Maybe get guys who play more defensive hockey. Because again, I told you a couple weeks ago, I'd rather have Matthews score 40 goals and let us make it to the final conference final, win the cup, than Matthews get 69 goals and we win and we lose in the first round. I would rather Kirk Berube come in and play a more defensive style hockey game than Sheldon Keefe and us playing a more attacking hockey. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Kirk Berube doesn't really strike as like an attacking coach, an offensive minded coach. He was like a more relaxed defensive coach. Slow game. It's like that as a Leaf fan because we've seen fast paced attacking hockey, offensive hockey, and it hasn't worked. So I honestly believe Craig Berube is that guy, and yeah, I could honestly see it.
It's going to be very interesting for the next couple weeks on what the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking to do, but it doesn't seem that they're going to be rushing, but they also don't want to take too long, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. They have a lot of options. Now, some news on Sheldon Keefe. The Devils have acquired interest in interviewing him for the coaching position there. So it looks like Keefe will be picked up pretty quickly, probably by the Devils, I'd say. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, figure it out. Move some pieces around. I think you cannot win with this core anymore.
Yeah.
And now you need to change your style of hockey to a more aggressive, defensive hockey team. You don't need to be scoring 5 goals a game. We know how good Matthews is. We know the goals will come if you continue this way of play because it's the exact same Leaf team from season after season after season after season, and it doesn't work. The Florida Panthers don't have that guy. Kachuk is their star. Great. Does he score a lot of goals? No. Does he get a lot of points? Okay, maybe.
Sort of.
But does he perform in the playoff games and hit people and be aggressive and be a pest to play against? Absolutely. I'm taking him all day over any Toronto Maple Leafs player in a playoff game.
That's true.
And The Leafs need a different style of hockey. That's all they need to do. They need to fix that. Find out figure out which guy they're trading, Marner Tavares, change their coach and get a good one. Start playing defensive hockey. Change their style. But that's
That's
gonna
all.
do it. That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna leave it at for this episode of the AG Sports Podcast. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, tell all your friends. Tuesday we're gonna drop another one. So we're gonna talk about the rest of these second round, and maybe we'll see what happens with the Leafs. But until then, guys, we'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Peace.